What's up, flower heads? What's good, pedal pals? My hair is all fucked up because I haven't had a chance to brush it yet. Other personal grooming activities took precedent. Fun fact, it's a real fucking pain in the ass, but I find it's very effective to use fucking tweezers to like to prevent shadowing. It's very time consuming, but god damn it if I don't do it. So I still need to brush my hair. Look, it was either brush my hair before stream or like eat a meal, and I feel that I prioritized correctly. Anyways, hi folks, welcome to stream. How are we doing today? Hey, Boards of Amanda, welcome back. Glad we didn't lose you after you showed up like right at the end of last stream. Second favorite part of stream, hairbrushes. I was gonna say, Pio, you weren't here during the Great Mayflower's mukbang era, where like every stream would happen to at some point or another occur like right before Mintmod and I were going to have dinner. So I'd just be like, all right, guys, shut the fuck up for a couple minutes. I gotta eat, but I'm gonna do it right here on this camera, and I'm gonna try to make content out of it. Are you kidding me? I am not kidding you. Mintmod hates me because I do accidentally make a few too many gnashing sounds into the microphone, and like that's fair. That's not a particularly pleasant experience. Yeah, no. I still do it sometimes. I had my salad during Dark Deity a few weeks ago. April Life Gore, we have no coffee. Well, I wanted a black coffee anyways. Adding hot cocoa mix would be nice, because we do have hot cocoa mix and milk. So, like, bare minimum, that's a way to sweeten your coffee. But, like, I was just planning on having black. God knows, I had a creamed coffee this morning. I had, like, a full sugared 7-Up this afternoon. I feasted. I fucking feasted during our Lunar New Year potluck. Hot cocoa mix and coffee is goated. Hi, Kessel, welcome to the stream. And yeah, no, sometimes we do that when we're out of stuff. We just throw in a little, hot cocoa mix with some milk, and it's a pretty solid substitute. We also recently made an absolute fuckload of Rice Krispie treats. Just like an entire pan, and there's only 2 of us here, and, we're gonna eat it. So I've got some interesting ideas. You might notice the title of today's stream. I don't know for those of you who read the stream announcement. We could go straight into the Moss Deep City gym, or we could try to calc a line to get past the double battle that guards Shoal Cave. Which is really cool. It's a really hard double battle. It's much more doable after you've beaten Tate and Liza. Just having that little extra bit of level cap. It's like, it's a Hail team, and Hail teams I would consider are like arguably the most frustrating team style to deal with, especially for our box. But I've got some very funny ideas involving Excadrill and Rapid Spin, that might be able to do something kind of fun. Just woke up now doing my dailies in my game sniz. What's that, Kessel? What is your? Oh yeah, duh. What the fuck else would you be playing? Oh, bless you, coffee wife. Oh, sniz is me being sleepy. I see. So you're getting your dailies in sleep. Good, I think. I think that's good. Oh yeah, chat, can we get some exclamation mark thank you, Mintmods? Kessel, what time zone are you in? If I'm allowed to ask that. I'm like, what kind of fuck shit sleep schedule are you on? We've almost got it, gamers. We're almost there. Kessel, I was going to say my sleep schedule is indeed fucked. Chief, why the fuck are you waking up at, is it 9 p.m. or 10 p.m. for you? Yeah. The United States has 4 hours. And there are 2 of them between me and you. That will not stop me from getting you. Anyways. I need to make a post in the Discord asking my beloved Eurotrash how things are across the pond now that Prince Andrew got arrested.
He got arrested?
Yeah, no, they arrested Prince Andrew. Allegedly, it's not for the pedophilia. It's like on some very specific charge that's typically reserved for like police, where it's like it's like abuse of a witness, basically. It's not. I am explaining it really poorly, but it's for his association with Jepstein, with Mr. Jeffy Epps, Jepinephrine. I feel it's so hard. I almost took my 8 p.m. nap today. Also, that's just called going to bed. That's not a nap.
She yells so loud, and also, yes, she tells you this every time.
It's truly not an 8 p.m. nap. Oh, my hair is hair. Nice. Good morning, this streamer. Good morning, boards of Amanda. Oh, that's right. I wonder how comfortable is this in my ear without its little dongle. You know, it's not as miserable as I thought it'd be. I might bug you to go and get my earbud piece at some point. Yeah, please. It doesn't need to be right now.
You said at some point?
Yeah, because I put the earbud in. Well, because then you immediately said if you say please, I'm like, well, I'm not gonna wait until later to. Well, I didn't want to wait until later to say please. That felt rude. You don't need to get it right now. It's fine.
Do you want it right now?
Well, I mean, like, I have no reason to not want it now, but, like, if it's inconvenient.
I can get it now. I just need you to say please now.
I already did say please. You said, what's the magic word? And then I was like, please? And you were like, well, do you want please now or do you want please later? I'm sorry if I'm stupid. Chat, she's got... Oh, she's walking toward... I don't know what I did wrong.
I have to deal with this on a daily basis.
I don't know what I did wrong. I want the flower to be a fidget spinner. Yeah, no, Mint Mob was unpacking some stuff on top of a dresser, and we had found like a little flower, and she put it on my desk, and I'm like, you know what? So we might try to decorate these with some strings of fake flowers. Okay, so bows. Comfort earbuds. There we go. Hashtag not spawn. Rare Mint Mod, hello. Anyone know what happened? I did not listen. It was just my wife talking about how much she chooses me. Alright. I love me Mount Chimney theme, but also I kind of want to turn on Study with Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney music playlist to relax and or study to. Sorry, to chill/relax/work. So... we looping it. Because this calc might take a minute. Okay. Over here. On the calc. Chat, say hello to Starmy, newest addition to our team. Hey Hannah, welcome to Stream Hunt. Alright. We are going to see if we can do our Shoal Cave calc. Big Starmy. Undeniably. Oh, that's right, and then there's all these guys who I need to move away from here. Okay, so go to you. Hails up, set it to doubles. Alright, so, true doubles in a hailstorm, which means that this fight does not start with Ninetales and Jinx, it starts with Ninetales and Metacham. it's kind of weird. So, Walrein. So, I've got some ideas. Thank you very much for the gift sub, Pio. Amanda, you best be showing up more, so that way Pio's investment was worth it. Don't actually feel pressured to do that. I gotta learn how to be a more toxic streamer. I gotta learn how to like engage in more dark patterns. I want to make money. I want to get big. I do like how I positioned that flower on the wall ever so perfectly that it kind of looks like I have either a flower in my hair or like a kind of flower-shaped cat ear. All right. So, as mentioned, we opened with Ninetales and Medicham. I learned recently, so this Medicham has Fake Out, and Fake Out has special AI, where if you show a fast KO to the Fake Out user, they get plus 20 usage priority to hit you with Fake Out. I believe the only thing that out-prioritizes them hitting you with Fake Out is them seeing a kill on something with Fake Out. Toxic streamer does not sound good. Look, I myself am not toxic. I'd like to think of myself as very positive and niceys. Thank you, Mitmod. But like, I gotta engage in some dark patterns to get people to like and subscribe. Chat, you've all heard of the werewolf influencer like and subscribe, right? Hold on, I have to attach this. When I was getting off the tram, I took my earbud out to put back in its case, and this little rubber bit came off, and it fell on the ground, so we put it in a cup of hot water with some soap, so I gotta reattach it. Also, Tomato, thank you for supplying me with ingredients, Castle, to make more delicious, delicious bisque. That was very considerate of you, gamer. So niceys. Oh, pause the thing. There we go. So, Fake Out is typically a +9. The only way to reliably prevent AI from using Fake Out is to show it a fast kill with a different move. If you show it a slow kill with a different move, I believe it's still coin flippy. I think it's, yeah, basically like slow kill is +9 priority 4 times out of 5 and +12 priority 1 time out of 5. Fake Out always sits at +9. So, the issue we have turn 1 here is there's a Ninetales with Light Clay and Aurora Veil. Obviously, we don't want it setting up Aurora Veil. Similarly, we don't want Medicham clicking Fake Out into the guy we're using to KO Ninetales. We were actually really hoping that we could find a way to force Medicham to use Fake Out into Lucario, because if it did, Lucario's Steadfast, getting a speed boost off of that, genuinely might be enough to help us sweep most of this fight. Because we become faster than everything, with the exclusion of Sandslash-Alola, but Sandslash-Alola dies to Black Belt boosted Vacuum Wave. But we kind of can't guarantee Medicham hitting Lucario because we can't show it we can show it fast, we can't show it a kill. Like, we don't look faster, but if we go to 85, we are a few points faster. Now, there is another thing we could do. So one thing to note is we actually have one Pokemon that's really good for this. Walrein is... So the thing is, even if Medicham outspeeds Walrein, if it sees a kill with Fake Out, it will always go for the kill with Fake Out. Because of Walrein's typing and very solid special defense... Oh, interesting, actually, it's worse than its physical defense. That's just a result of its nature. Point is, we show a kill to Moonblast on Ninetales, but the high roll of Blizzard is only 78%. The low roll of Fake Out is 11%. So we can set Walrein up to always bait Fake Out and Moonblast. It's very important, obviously, to not bait Blizzard or Icy Wind. Both of them are spread moves. Blizzard can freeze, and Icy Wind is a guaranteed speed drop. Now, what is theoretically possible is we have our good friend Argyros. We send out Argyros and Walrein against Metacham and Ninetales. Now what we do is we have Argyros click Rapid Spin into probably Metacham. It doesn't really matter. With Metacham, how much damage do you take? 22% at max? Without crit? So the thing is, because of Hail, I do worry. I would need to run the numbers to make sure that we don't accidentally kill Metacham too early. Because the line that I'm looking at involves keeping Metacham alive for a while. But if we Rapid Spin into Alolan Ninetales, we are then able to get +1 speed, which at level 85 does let us outspeed Ninetales. Does it do it at 84? No, so it would have to be at 85. But it lets us outspeed Ninetales just barely, and then obviously we secure a KO against the Ice Fairy type with a Steel type attack. So it would be Moonblast and Fake Out into Metacham. Into Walrein, while we Rapid Spin into Ninetales. We would swap Walrein potentially into Togedemaru. Because on the turn where it's now Ninetales and Metacham, Excadrill goes in to kill Ninetales. Togedemaru can stall Metacham by clicking Fake Out. The other thing is that Togedemaru is slower than Metacham, so even though Metacham sees a KO on Excadrill with close combat, it wants to go for a fast KO over a slow KO because of the Rapid Spin speed boost. We are also able to prevent Metacham from killing Excadrill turn 1 because, as mentioned, if it sees a KO with Fake Out, it always prioritizes that over pretty much anything else. It's like a +23 to be used, as opposed to like the +12 it could see on Excadrill with close combat. So once Excadrill becomes faster than Metacham, Metacham will always want to kill things that are slower than Excadrill. Togedemaru obviously comes in pretty well on Fake Out, pretty well on Moonblast. We can give it a Citrus Berry to keep its HP up. We might need to level it up a bit for additional bulk. It's kind of hard to tell. I'm currently just running through like the preliminary of an idea. Playing EK, that's a dangerous game. I wonder how... I watched the Kaizo Direct. I'm wondering if I considered trying Platinum Kaizo. I'll admit, it doesn't quite appeal to me in the same way that Run and Bun does, but maybe that's just because I haven't seen people play it yet. I do think there's a lot of really interesting design decisions. What? You know what's really interesting about Platinum Kaizo? They were talking about the starters and their various things. You know, Turtwig is once again the really good early game Pokemon. Chimchar is an all-rounder whose highest potential form requires you to not evolve it for most of mid-game. Piplup is bad early game, gets the most diverse moveset, and gets access to the HM Waterfall outside of battle early. Right? And I think that's really neat. I like adding, that's right, and 7 Pokemon E4. You are allowed to, while you're in the E4, swap out a single Pokemon once. You can't swap again. So it's like if you get through Bertha and you swap out your Wormadam for Garchomp, you can't get that Wormadam back. Also, I'm pretty sure Wormadam is the only Pokemon that gets Protect in the entire game.
Go Queen.
So, if depending on how we position the board, we would ideally have the Ninetales slot looking at the Togedemaru Walrein slot. We KO Ninetales, they look at Toge. Toge is faster than Frostmoth, preventing it from being the thing to come in to kill no matter what our HP is at. We pretty much always bait in Jinx. Now, the slightly annoying thing is once Jinx hits the field, it has Fake Out, and as mentioned, Excadrill is now faster than Jinx, and shows a KO with Iron Head, so Jinx is basically required to Fake Out into Excadrill. Thankfully, Togedemaru still has Spiky Shield up at this point, and is still baiting kill, close combat specifically from Metacham. We have to try to keep Togedemaru out of the range of showing Metacham a kill with Rock Slide, but I don't think that's too hard as long as we use a Citrus Berry. However, once Fake Out hits Excadrill, it should then be Jinx Aura Sphere into Togedemaru for fast kill, Medicham Close Combat into Togedemaru for fast kill, which means Excadrill can KO Jinx, and we swap Toge to a Ghost type. Oh, wait, no. I did my my order of operations slightly wrong. So, we actually want to use Rapid Spin with Excadrill a second time, because at +2 speed, Excadrill is faster than Sandslash, which is an important thing to be, because Sandslash can obviously KO Excadrill with high horsepower. We want to be faster than it to maintain the same AI control that we had with Medicham, where they prioritize killing things that are slower rather than faster. So it would be 2 fighting type moves into presumably a ghost type. Cause yeah, it's Spiky Shield with Togedemaru, Jinx fakes out, Excadrill. On the following turn, Excadrill rapid spins into either Jinx or Medicham. We swap Togedemaru to presumably a ghost type, confirming Togedemaru's damage ranges on Jinx. Yeah, as long as we should be able to guarantee that Togedemaru only ever shows a kill to Aura Sphere if we do a little bit of leveling up. Same goes for close combat. So we rapid spin to become even faster, swap to a ghost type. Ideally a ghost type that shows a kill to one of Medicham's moves that isn't Rock Slide. Now what I'm realizing is that because we're baiting 2 fighting type moves in, we can... Oh, Basque Legion, you actually do so much with Shadow Sneak. Could you kill Medicham? Probably not. So the problem is that we kind of can't one-hit KO Sandslash with Excadrill, so we need to do more swapping around to potentially have Sandslash take some chip from a Life Orb, or teach Excadrill Brick Break over Bulldoze. We might, if we use Excadrill during the Tate and Liza boss fight, we have to drop a move for X-Scissor anyway, so this isn't as awful of a cost as it seems. It's still bad, but it's not like what you'd expect. Now, with all that being said, I have to use the bathroom. So I'll be back in just a couple of minutes, folks. BRB. It's me, the right back bee. Alright. If she's not back in 15 minutes, it's legally our channel. Hold on, let me check posting history. Fuck, how do I see the timestamps? Is there no way to... I think I would have to see in the VOD. That being said, no, Kessel doesn't get the channel if I vanish. All of my inheritance goes to Turtle. It wasn't 15 minutes. Oh, well. It still goes to Turtle anyways. Okay. So, one thing we do need to be... so Mintmod gets fucked over? Yeah?
I'm sorry. Do you think we, like, loved each other?
Look.
That's gay, thanks.
Also, respectfully, I think it would be an act of spousal abuse to give Mintmod the responsibilities of running this stream.
That's too much social forever.
Well, I mean, it's like a muscle, right? But also, yeah, no, you would, it would kill you. Okay. So. 58%, 45%. So, if we swap Basculegion in on Close Combat and on Aurasphere, yeah, we could guarantee that Metacham goes for Zen Headbutt, and then it doesn't matter what Jinx clicks because I KO at that turn. It is actually crazy how much damage Basculegion does to Jinx. Wait a second, what? Oh, Cedar, no. No. White boy, get out of there. No, you're not white boy. You're a little... no solo kid. Buddy. What did you out from under there? If you want to bite the cables, you can't hang out in the tables. Look at your adoring enemies. In places of Dark April, you would have a Kessel, not Pokemon, but Final Fantasy XIV and Metroidvanias every day, occasionally Soulsborne, and that's fucking it. All shall love me in despair.
Kessel and I would run with the exact same things, except swapping out FF14 for WoW.
I mean, didn't you play FF14 a little bit and you liked what you tried?
I did. I currently have it downloaded, but my sub isn't up.
Look,
Active.
Kessel, all I'm gonna say is I'd share my audience with you. You got into the biz. So it would be Close Combat in Aurasphere and Togedemaru, swap to a ghost type. Yeah, too many overlapping rolls on knockoff there. So the thing that's frustrating is that Alolan Sandslash is likely to go for knockoff, but in order to properly bait Zen Headbutt from Metacham, we would need... Or no, we wouldn't. Because we'd be baiting the two fighting type moves into it. Metacham would go for Zen Headbutt, and we could swap to a dark type. Greninja can't fling at Sandslash, though. But could we send in something that baits in Magmortar instead? Or hell, if we leave Basculegion on the field. Magmortar does still outspeed, but unlikely to come in. Gesundheit. I would also need to confirm that we don't accidentally, like, bait in Frostmoth. But thankfully, Frostmoth is slow enough that it's pretty hard to bait it in on accident. But yeah, swapping in Greninja is pretty interesting. Because we blink Zed Headbutt, we guaranteed bait close combat, Magmortar. Ooh, well, you can't loop them forever, though. Because Basculegion will eventually lose enough HP to Hail to not consistently bait the right move. But if it's Medicham, Magmortar, and Greninja on the field, honestly, odds are really high Greninja could just kill Medicham outright at this point. But the main thing is that Excadrill is the fastest and can KO Magmortar with high horsepower. The fact that it is Flame Body is such a pain in the dick. Though, technically, we haven't needed a Hell item until now. We could spare for a Rostberry. That just feels bad. Because, okay, let's assume Greninja hits the field, Excadrill is on the field. Frostmoth does too much damage to Excadrill. Absolutely insane that Electrode can outspeed Sandslash. And Electrode does eat Thunderbolt like a champion. Because currently, Greninja's not... And Electrode does have Volt Switch. No, because then we can't control Magmortar on the following turn. I go watch anime. Bye-bye, streamer. Bye-bye, PO. Thanks for hanging out, Kessel. I'd ask what you're watching, but you're probably already gone. Good luck on your math. Thank you. I feel like I'm getting somewhere. So... Jujutsu Kaisen? Ooh, good time. Okay, it does actually take... Because if we swap Basculegion in on close combat, and we have it so that Hail chips us down to 147, I think we have one more Hail chip before we get put into Rock Slide range. So, we could bring in Basculegion on that turn. And then Sandslash hits the field. We're baiting random move on it. Do we have anyone who can basically bulk anything that it throws out? Kinda yes with Beware. If only Lucario didn't bait high horsepower. Or die to high horsepower. It's also, we do need to keep track of how many turns actually pass, because Excadrill is still taking hail damage every turn. Hi, how goes the Calc? We actually have a pretty interesting line so far for Kim and Iris. It's not a sure thing quite yet, but... It's like, if we could get Togedemaru back in on the field, that'd be so rad. But we definitely can't do that. Yeah. Like, Togedemaru is just so efficient with being able to click Fake Out Spiky Shield. Yeah. I think it's too hard to guarantee after the amount of hail chip that it's taken that Togedemaru could live a Zen Headbutt. A Zed butt, if you will. Because I am also thinking about the fact that Greninja could hold a King's Rock to potentially flinch either Magmortar or... I might not stay for long. My girlfriend was streaming, but her stream went offline. Ooh, well, I mean, thanks for coming to hang out. What's your girlfriend streaming? Okay. BGC? Oh, nice. Oh, fuck, I don't know Grand Challenge is going on right now. Yeah, special attacks aren't good for killing Magmortar here. It's like I need something that can fake out Sand Slash and then not die. If I bring Turtonator in on a Zen Headbutt, I would risk baiting Rock Slide. Unless... no, Citrus Berry wouldn't do it. Because then we might risk rising out of kill range. Okay. Whatever I'd swap in would take a Zen Headbutt. So what can live a Zen Headbutt? Torterra? Torterra takes a Zen Headbutt and then does bait Triple Axle on a Alolan Sand Slash. And I assume close combat on Medicham. Yeah, we take about 70%. Never low enough to show knockoff, even if we're holding an item. We definitely can't stay in against Triple Axle. One thing to note during all of this, by the way, is that Medicham is also taking Hail Chip every turn, and, like, punched into Togedemaru once, close combated into a Spiky Shield, and took at least one Fake Out. We need to make sure that we don't kill it too soon. Funny as that is. I mean... there is also the world where it's Medicham and Jinx on the field. Basculegion can likely KO Medicham with Shadow Sneak via a spell tag. Because if that's the case, Basculegion holding a spell tag, we could get it set up so that it's always baiting knockoff from Alolan Sand Slash, and then ideally, okay. KOing... so Medicham would be in slot 2. Hannah, question. If you're listening. I've had to ask this question so many times in the past, but I keep forgetting the answer. I guess I should ask the question and hope that you answer. Focus Sash doesn't affect switch in AI, right? It only affects setup AI? Because I'm looking at this Frostmoth, and I obviously want to make sure it doesn't come in at a bad time. But yeah, so like 2 fighting type moves into Basculegion. Basculegion boosted by Spell Tag or maybe even Life Orb. Shadow Sneak into Medicham. I don't know if it would be enough. It could be enough. Because ideally, if we could bait in Sand Slash and Magmortar, that would be good. And then... I don't think we'd do that, though. I think we would bait in Sand Slash and Frostmoth, wouldn't we? Like, no matter who we put... Because if Excadrill's fast enough, and it'll be at +2 speed at this point, it'll show fast kill to Sand Slash Alola. Or no, it doesn't show fast kill, actually. So as long as Sand Slash is looking at the Excadrill slot, and I guess Basculegion would bait in Magmortar for being faster, since Frostmoth doesn't show a kill to it or an out damage. Because if Magmortar hits the field, we can kill it with Excadrill while we swap Basculegion on Sandslash using Knockoff. Because we can guarantee Knockoff into Luke. Oh, Knockoff's bad, though. Hold on. I mean, it's not awful, is the thing, right? But it means that we can't give Lucario a black belt with which to kill Sandslash. We could double into it once Frostmoth hits the field, but there's also a very high chance that Frostmoth tries to kill Excadrill. The problem is that Basculegion had to bait the most frustrating move in its kit. Pircario is a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. What? Oh, Beef Cario, Bulk Cario. Yeah, no. Egyptian boxing. It's a shame that Sucker Punch does so little damage. Houndoom could actually come in and wreck shop a little bit. Nice bug. Yeah, don't take a lot from Sucker. Because the issue with Frostmoth is that it's got a Roar Veil. Beef Cario, I prefer Lubifio. Because, I mean, okay, Basculegion's on the field... 56%. We could get Basculegion on the field to bait Knockoff and Thunderbolt, and then maybe swap to a ground type. Actually worth noting, a Garchomp takes Knockoff, does rough skin damage back to Alolan Sandslash along with Life Orb damage. Or we could swap to... Ooh, wait! Ground type with Levitate. Because I could click Bulldoze into the two of them. Sandslash, who are you slower than? Quite a few things. Unfortunately, not Flygon. Not even after that. Like, how much do you take from Bulldoze, Magmortar? Take a chunk. And in theory, Bulldoze isn't a contact move, so it lets us hold Soft Sand for, actually, do we even need it for the 2-hit KO, or can we do it at level 85? Not quite. I mean, it's likely, but not guaranteed. We'd have to mineral twice. Because there's also the world where... How much does Bulldoze do to Sandslash? 31% with Soft Sand. That would drop Sandslash's speed. Oh, actually, no, because if it's using... Yeah, if we're baiting Thunderbolt and Knockoff, we just send in something that lives Knockoff, so it takes a tick of Life Orb damage. And Thunderbolt... Yeah, so swapping in Flygon, we click Bulldoze, specifically making Magmortar slower than Flygon. Wow, Flygon, you do no fucking damage. That's crazy, dog. I mean, yeah, because Bulldoze just doesn't do enough to get Sandslash. Because I don't think we have anything else that could fill the role quite like how Flygon can do it. Even Dragonite, who, like, yeah. I mean, Torterra? If we get rid of its held item. It baits either Weather Ball or Flamethrower. Although it could be Torterra, not Torterra into Flygon, then Flygon dies to Triple Axle. Or Flygon dies to Weather Ball, Jesus. Yeah. Oh, actually, we don't need Soft Sand to beat Magmortar. I just realized it doesn't have a thing that stops it from taking Hail Chip. So Bulldoze into Hail Chip into Bulldoze does kill Magmortar, which is cool. But I just don't think we could get Dragonite in on, like, T-Bolt knockoff. And also Extreme Speed doesn't do enough to Alolan Sandslash because it resists it and has really good defense. I feel like we're getting there, though. I should confirm that Basculegion can even kill Medicham, by the way. Oh, also worth noting, Flygon... Oh, and it's not really Flygon's fault. It's the fact that Magmortar has an Assault Vest that it takes nothing from all of its hits. Because we have Earthquake, so we can't click that while Excadrill's on the field. Unless we want to have a gamer moment. But yeah, we can guarantee a Thunderbolt and a knockoff. Oh, I suppose... but it doesn't outspeed, and Jinx will be at full HP. Yeah, it would need to be into Medicham. So let me confirm that Basculegion can even KO Medicham. I'm pretty sure it can, but... Give me 2 calculators. So that's 220 divided by 16 is hail. So it's 13 per turn. So 220 minus the turn it fake outs into Togedemaru is 207. So I guess also 220 divided by 8 is 27. So 207 minus 27. Then on the turn we kill Alolan Ninetales, we're using Fake Out on it. I'm not going to do that math just yet, so we'll just minus out another 13 for Fake Out damage. 167. On the following turn, it CCs into a Spiky Shield, losing another 27 and another 13. And then it loses another 13 for CCing into Basculegion and taking damage at end of turn. Do we just need Spell Tag? 51.8. 114 exact. Yeah, that's not even calculating in Togedemaru's Fake Out damage. That's good. That means a Life Orb is theoretically freed up. Okay. Yeah, knock off into Flygon. So... Does does clicking bulldoze even really do anything? Because if it's going for triple axle into Flygon, that's in theory a pretty free opportunity to get Lucario in. Because ideally we double kill it, right? So that way we can also double kill Frostmoth. Need to be no held item on Flygon. Garchomp, how much do you do with Rock Throw? Not that much. You do quite a lot with Earthquake, though. Problem is that you died a Weather Ball. Or you died a Triple Axle. Oh, wait. Brick Break wouldn't fix this because we're slower. It's like the thing that Garchomp needs right now is a single target, and I'm trying to think, like, we have Hidden Power Ground, but in order to effectively use that, we would need to Mega Evolve and become slower than Magmortar, and it's gotten a Soul Fest. So let's look at Magmortar, or Garchomp's move list. Garchomp. Because our main issue is once Frostmoth hits the field, it's basically guaranteed to see a KO on Excadrill with Blizzard. So we need to be able to focus it with two hits. Natural Gifts couldn't be an option because we're swapping it on Knockoff. Or Earthquake, yeah. The problem is just that all of the good ground type attacks are spread moves. Well, that I can't type on my phone with my thumbs, but I do near surgical maneuvers in lab each day. I mean, that's very impressive for what it's worth. Okay. I suppose there's also the option where... No, we can't use Dhelmise instead of Basculegion if we want to get the KO. But yeah, so Sand Slash is going for... Yeah, and the problem is that we can't even safely, like, use high horsepower into Sand Slash. We arguably can't even safely use Iron Head. Because if we use Iron Head and we flinch it, what happens if we need it to hit something for Life Orb damage? Legion's baiting Thunderbolt. Excadrill is baiting nothing. I mean, Granville does resist knockoff. And less good with Thunderbolt. Because, like, I don't know, could I set the... No, because the problem is that Garchomp isn't faster. Because, yeah, my worry is, like, if we kill it too soon with high horsepower, right? Though, either damage boosting item makes it so that Iron Head sets up high horsepower for a kill, whether or not Sand Slash actually hits. Which is good. So then I just need to swap to something that can outspeed and kill Magmortar without killing Excadrill, ideally with a physical move. Simple as, right? That can swap in on Knockoff and Thunderbolt. So all of Frostmoth's moves are spread moves. The Arcanine doesn't outspeed Magmortar, even if it does kill like crazy. Yeah, and Frostmoth has Shield Dust, so we can't even like try to get on a guy to fake out it to lock it down for a turn. I mean, Flygon comes in on Knockoff, presumably without Silver Powder. Takes a chunk of damage. The nice thing is that Flygon's pretty much only ever baiting Triple Axle and Weather Ball. It's like, do we have a guy with Rock Blast? Unironically would be so helpful right now. Dreadnought does bulk high horsepower. Like, okay, assuming we drop Sand Slash's speed. Mega Houndoom does live Triple Axle. Because if we can drop its speed with Bulldoze or Rock Tomb, then we could bring in, like, Garchomp to kill with an Earthquake, but that's a bit temperamental. I really feel like I'm, like, right there. I'm so fucking close. It's not possible to, like, bring in Frostmoth sooner, is it? I mean... not in any way that would be particularly helpful, at least. Because we can't KO Frostmoth while Medicham is on the field safely with Togedemaru. Because we need something to distract Medicham, and all of Frostmoth's moves are spread moves, except for Infestation, but kind of need to show it a kill. Confirming that Infestation isn't secretly a spread move. I've been yoinked by shit like that before. It is in fact not a spread move. Because I suppose it is worth noting, if we bring in something that's pre-damaged so low that it shows a kill to Infestation, then yes, we could Spiky Shield it. Well, it wouldn't be Spiky Shield, it would need to be Mudkip. That requires getting Mudkip on the field safely. And I mean, like... Mudkip baits close combat. Mudkip baits Moonblast. Yeah. But then it's already using its 1 turn to protect, right? Also, if Mudkip's HP is low enough to show a kill day infestation, higher than you'd think. 34% plus... Yeah. There's no way to do it without potentially risking a Blizzard on Alolan Ninetales. Excadrill and Basculegion are on the field. They have KO'd Jinx and Medicham. Presumably. Hi Rose, welcome to stream, hon. Thankfully, Excadrill with high horsepower does enough to Medicham to kill it if we decide we maybe want Excadrill to KO that instead. Wyvern, you aren't bulky enough. Definitely not. And it's like, I could use Eldegoss to drop their speeds. Actually, because if Excadrill's speed's already at +2, it just gets dropped down to 0. And then Sandslash gets dropped to -2. Functionally, it's the same thing. Fast speed 160. Is that faster than Frostmoth? It is faster than Frostmoth, notably. You become that slow. 140. You're still faster than Eldegoss, which could be a good thing. Also, do you even live knockoff plus T-Bolt? You do. But you bait Flamethrower, which is, or a Heat Wave, which is dangerous. And you don't have a way to follow up on that. Yeah. Eldegoss doesn't learn any weird moves, and I think ours has like hidden power Psychic. Electric. I'm not going to be saying those. Sorry, about to brush teeth. Now, how have I been doing Pokemon Me? I mean, we haven't used Rose in a minute, I don't think. Might have used her in some of our fights yesterday. Or not yesterday, but last stream. Currently, we are trying to figure out a very Argyros-centric fight. Which has been fun and frustrating. Okay. Because it's like we can kill Magmortar and bait Triple Axle, but then what? But then what? Soft sand, 75%. It's not enough to kill Sandslash. Life Orb we obviously can't do. We can't be taking Hail, Chip, and like 9 turns of Life Orb damage. Absolutely incredible that my Electrode outspeeds this thing, though. That's pretty cool. So, Excadrill, if we give you Brick Break... It barely does more than high horsepower, honestly. Kind of not worth. Because even at -1 speed, you are still faster than Flygon at max level. Which means I can't do U-turn shenanigans. Like, we're showing 2 ice moves into Flygon. We've clicked Bulldoze once. Is it possible to Bulldoze turn stall with, like, Rapid Spin while we swap to something that takes all of the ice moves and then sync the KO with Bulldoze in the following turn? So worth noting, Sandslash has a life orb. It's guaranteed to land at least 1 hit with knockoff. Triple Axle is not a surefire hit. It would only be 1 chip of damage. Because, like... let's assume we swap to good old Hisuian Arcanine, who does take the ice moves really well, but then only baits a kill from Sandslash. Because, like, okay, let's assume we swap to Flygon. Also worth noting, like, how many turns have we even been on the field at this point? Because Excadrill theoretically only has 16 turns to live. Maybe 17. 277 divided by 16. 17 times 16 is 272. Okay, Excadrill gets 17 turns to live. Which sounds like a lot, but you'd be surprised. 1 second. So minus 17 for the Rapid Spin turn, KOing Ninetales, getting flinched by Jinx. We also need to calculate how much damage flinch would do. And then the KOing Jinx and Metacham turn. No, the Rapid Spin, and then the KOing turn. Okay. Assuming Bulldoze turn. Because, like, okay, for level 85 with Soft Sand. Like, we do 37%. So 248 minus 92 twice minus 24. I think I'm safe to Bulldoze Ironhead Bulldoze. I would need to find something that lived both hits, but then at that point we get Flygon back on the field. It can use U-turn to pop Frostmoth's Focus Sash, and then... sorry, I guess it would be Excadrill dropping Frostmoth to 1 HP, and then it getting KO'd by Flygon. Okay, so... because the nice thing is that whatever we swap into doesn't actually even need to, like, bait specific moves. Because Excadrill... hold on, 85... Soft sand. We do need to make sure. Ooh, Bulldoze critical hit could kill Magmortar. But with no held item, that might actually be superior for beating Sandslash. Because what we need to account for is we don't want to kill Magmortar too soon. So we have to account for critical hit plus 2 turns of Hail Chip, right? And I think... Ooh, do you barely live that, Magmortar? 248 divided by 16 is 15. 248 minus 15. On the turn we click Bulldoze. On the turn we click Iron Head. There's a max roll of Bulldoze. Specifically a Bulldoze crit. And even then, though, that would be Magmortar dying at the end of turn 2? So it would be Bulldoze into Magmortar. So 248 minus 218 is 30. Because we have to be level 85. We can't underlevel ourselves by 1 to do slightly less damage. It then takes 15. And that's the turn they both attack into Flygon. On the following turn, I would hit Iron Head into Sandslash. And then, say, swap to Arcanine. Rock Slide does how much? 18%. Because, like, it would die at the end of turn 2 after we hit, Iron Head into Sandslash. So then it would be Sandslash and Frostmoth on the field. But it would presumably be on the turn that Sandslash would die to Bulldoze. How much does Rock Slide do? Only 18%? It's probably not enough. Because obviously I can't click Bulldoze with Excadrill with, like, Arcanine on the field. But anything that's immune to Bulldoze dies to Triple Axle or Weather Ball. I assume correctly. Because, like, Excadrill's Bulldoze is not going to do a lot to Frostmoth. I haven't even properly done the math to make sure that guys even swap in the right order. Basculation, you show a kill to Frostmoth, don't you? No, you don't show a kill. That's right. No, I did do the math. It's because Basculation shows a fast out damage at pretty much any percent. Okay. Now, assuming we dodge the quote-unquote double crit scenario. So let's assume an Excadrill with no damage boosting item. Critical hit Bulldoze into Sandslash. It's like 116. Sorry. 248 minus 116 minus the HP lost from using Life Orb. So 24. Assuming another one of those. At that point, we would Rapid Spin, because I think, yeah, 78%. Rapid Spin does 14. It's awkward. think it... Oh, God. I think it works, but it's awkward. Because, like, yeah, we have Excadrill. I mean... Oh, Turtonator actually probably doesn't live. Well, worth noting that Triple Axle... It's close, but I don't think it lives it, which is sad. Well, maybe. Triple Axle does, like, 55 damage per hit. Yeah. Because I'm trying to think of a world where it's like, oh, I don't know, if we got, like, the pinch berries, maybe. But I think we would take too much damage. Like, I feel like it's got to be Arcanine, right? It's the only thing that has the combination of physical bulk, defensive typing, and Moxie. Not the ability, but, like, Gumption. Ah, Slowbro, actually. Hold on. Slowbro is actually very good at living these hits. But does having Slowbro on the field somehow improve the situation? I think not. It's also potentially Dreadnought. Yeah, and with the Citrus Berry, at least wouldn't be baiting Heat Wave. But, like, what does that improve, you know? Yeah, so I think Alolan Sandslash is kind of a flowchart, right? Just depending on how things turn out. Although, worth noting, Arcanine hits the field, Excadrill's on the field, Sandslash is at -1 speed, making Excadrill faster than it with high horsepower. Magmortar's at -1 speed. Yeah, I'm overcomplicating it. Arcanine hits the field, becomes faster than Magmortar. Excadrill should easily be able to bulldoze into high horsepower to KO Sandslash. Especially if it gets 1 tick of Life Orb recoil from Life Orb. Wait, no, I'm not ever... Wait. Am I overcomplicating it? No. Am I? Yes? No. No. Yes. Turn 1, Bulldoze, swap to Flygon. Turn 2, swap Flygon to Arcanine. Rapid spin into Sandslash. Yeah. So, okay, it makes Sandslash less of a flowchart. So I did overcomplicate it slightly because, yeah, we just click Bulldoze, we tap Rapid Spin, and then we finish the job with Haunt's Power by being at +2 while Sandslash is at -1. And then Arcanine is just faster than Magmortar. And it already, like, yeah, Rock Slide does 58%. Bulldoze does 46%. Yeah, we just click Rock Slide. And then in comes Frostmoth. I think we have the line. Because, yeah, Frostmoth hits the field and it dies to Flare Blitz plus anything from Excadrill. Could click Rapid Spin to be funny. I don't hate this idea. I do, however, kind of need to use the bathroom again. So I'll be back in a couple of minutes, and then I'll see if we can hash out the finer details. But I think we have the line. I need to do a little more thinky, but like I think we might have it. So I will be right back. Okay, I think I may have realized a flaw in the line, which is the slots, i.e. who's facing what enemy on the field. So I have Excadrill in slot 1 here, but realistically we actually want Excadrill to be in slot 2. This is because we want the Pokemon that come in to be baited in based on Togedemaru rather than Excadrill. And I'm now realizing that I'm pretty sure slot 1 is decided first. The reason that this is a problem is Excadrill at this point, once we do the double KO on Metacham and Jinx, will be at +2 speed, showing a fast kill to Frostmoth, showing or no kill to Sandslash Alola, and showing a fast kill to Magmortar. Now this would in theory be good because it means we bait in Sandslash Alola, but the Pokemon in the first slot is Basculegion, who shows outspeed, outdamage to Frostmoth, and shows theoretically a slow kill to Sandslash, but it also, Sandslash is going to see a fast kill on it with knockoff. So it would send in Sandslash to face Basculegion, which means that I think for the Excadrill slot, they would just go in party order, which means Frostmoth, which is obviously really bad for reasons we've established. That Focus Sash is a son of a bitch. Especially having Frostmoth and Sandslash on the field at the same time. Sandslash is just so impossibly fast, we can't do like a pivot move on Frostmoth to kill it with Excadrill or something like that. And it's virtually impossible to like bait Infestation. I mean, well, hold on now. I don't know. Excadrill would probably be within Blizzard range at this point. I think we did the math, right? 277. No, sorry, it would be 85. 283 divided by 16 comes out to 17. 283 minus 17 for the turn we Rapid Spin, the turn we KO Ninetales, the turn we get flinched by Jinx, the turn we Rapid Spin on Jinx, the turn we KO Jinx. We then also have to account for critical hit max roll fake out on Jinx, which would be another 17 damage, funny enough. Drops us to 181, which is outside of Blizzard range. Okay, hold on now. The only issue is that in order to bait Infestation on Frostmoth, that wouldn't work, because then we would just also show a kill to Blizzard or Icy Wind, and it could click either of those moves. Yeah, never mind, that's dumb. Like, the thing is, we could in theory kill Frostmoth at the cost of Basculegion. Not exactly a great trade. Because we could Shadow Sneak into it and then secure the KO with Iron Head. We actually wouldn't even need to Shadow Sneak. Yes, we would, because of Alolan Sandslash, because it would kill us with knockoff. Yeah, so that's problematic. Lucario, I don't suppose you could survive a close combat in an Aura Sphere, could you? I'm shocked. Because, yeah, if it's Frostmoth on the field, it's worth noting it's not necessarily clicking Blizzard, but, like, yeah, any dark type we could put on the field to show a kill to Infestation just dies to the sheer power of Blizzard being a base 110 stab move. Greninja, I am impressed how close you come to showing a kill to just Infestation. But if you can't do it, no one can. I just feel like this is impossible if we don't use... Well... Okay, it is worth noting... No, that's right, because it's not the sand/magmortar line. It would be, yeah. Okay, so let's walk it back into the world where we just KO Jinx. So if we KO Jinx, we swap Basculegion to a dark type. That slot looks at the dark type slot. Frostmoth sees that it's slower and that we outdamage it. Sandslash sees fast outdamage. Magmortar sees KO. So it would go for Magmortar, which is interesting. For Thunderbolt too. Because in that world, Metacham, how much do you take from Bulldoze? 30? Probably not enough. Yeah. Even with Togedemaru Fake Out. But we could still high horsepower into Metacham. That would get us into the position we want to get to. And notably, Greninja, how good are you at bulking? Yeah, so the issue is at that point, though, Greninja showing a kill to triple axle or high horsepower. Though, Houndoom... Okay, so instead of baiting in Magmortar, Houndoom baits in Sandslash on high horsepower. Specifically, baits a high horsepower from Sandslash and a Rock Slide from Metacham, so we would have to kill Metacham that turn, but that's doable because Houndoom is baiting the Sandslash move. This also means that we can swap to any flying type instead of just Flygon. So Excadrill, Jibs Metachan, yeah, literally anything can take an HHP. Metacham goes down. Ooh, but the issue with Metacham going down is that Sandslash is already on the field, so we would bait in Frostmoth, which obviously is not good. It's like, oh, in theory we could get like Dragonite to know a spread move, but that wouldn't fix the problem because then it would just die to triple axle. If we brought Electrode in on knockoff. In theory, we also don't need to take 0 damage. We just need something that doesn't take that much from Zen. Ideally, something that knockoff does a lot. Thunderbolt does even more. Zen Headbutt does 16%. Plus Ice Chip. We could maybe use Slowbro. We'd have to make sure that's not holding an item, so Sandslash doesn't get boosted knockoff damage, but... This does also require us to pre-damage Basculegion low enough to show a kill to Metacham. I wonder. Okay. Starmie's actually pretty good at this. How's Kim and Iris calcing going? I'm looking at Hellroom stuff in parallel, lol. We almost had a line, but then I realized that we would bait in Frostmoth and a Lowland Sandslash rather than a Lowland Sandslash and Magmortar. And that's not good. But I feel like I'm getting somewhere. Actually, nearly, yeah. Because, like, okay, what happens if I put Excadrill in slot 1 and we KO Ninetales? Excadrill is at +1 speed, is level 85, shows a fast kill to Frostmoth, shows a fast kill to Jinx. It would essentially just bring in a Lowland Sandslash in 3rd, which would be a problem because we're not faster than it at that point. And Togi couldn't really consistently hold off Ninetales. We would need to do, like, another switcheroo. Because, like, Mudkip... yeah, you take a lot from Moonblast. You take enough from Fake Out, but you take too much from Rock Slide. Like, could definitely level you up a couple of times. Got you to 70. That would make it Fake Out into either CC or Zen. What happens if we turn you into a Marsh Stomp? Found another lead for Maxi besides Sceptile with Shed Shell. Pretty excited because it might be what I need. Really? What's the line look like? Normal gem Cloyster boom. Oh, sad for Cloyster, but hey, I mean, if that's really good for you, like, I mean, God knows those are both resources that theoretically would have been used during Pyre. But yeah, Hannah, do you want to see my really stupid line here so far? Hashtag the line so far. So I can give you an idea of where my head's at. It's like, God, I wish I had, like, ally switch. I'm not great at following doubles verbally, but I can try. Okay. So generally, the entire gimmick of the line is make Excadrill faster than all of the opponent's Pokemon, so it's never the thing they try to kill. Because they try to go for fast kills on all of my teammates. So, turn 1, both Walrein and Excadrill are slower than Ninetales and Medicham. Walrein, however, is going to be pre-damaged so that it always shows a kill to Fake Out on Medicham, because on Ninetales, that keeps it out of showing a kill to Blizzard, but still shows a kill to Moonblast. We swap to Togedemaru. Excadrill on this turn gets to a free Rapid Spin, because even though both of them show a kill to Medicham, Medicham sees a kill with Fake Out, so it will always go for the kill with Fake Out. It's now Ninetales and Medicham versus an Excadrill, who at level 85 is faster than both of them. At +1 speed. We do have to be specifically 85. If it's 84, we're just speed type with Ninetales. Togedemaru is on the field at this point. Medicham is likely to close combat Toge, so Toge is going to Fake Out Medicham. Excadrill is going to Iron Head Ninetales. At this point, Jinx hits the field. Jinx sees that Excadrill has a fast kill on it, so it is required to Fake Out Excadrill, while Medicham is going to once again try to close combat Togedemaru. Togedemaru is going to click Spiky Shield. to blank that. At this point, we are going to, or both Medicham and Jinx see fast kills into Toge with fighting type moves, which is a free swap into Basculegion. Excadrill is going to click Rapid Spin into Jinx. Basculegion is now on the field. We are capable of KOing either Medicham with high horsepower or Jinx with Iron Head. We can kind of take our pick, but it's a little awkward. I realized that there was in theory a world where we could double KO here. Have Excadrill KO Jinx with Iron Head, have Basculegion KO Medicham with Shadow Sneak. But the problem with that is because Excadrill is in slot 2, Basculegion baits switch in first, and the only way, Basculegion's always going to be baiting in Sand/Alola, because if we're holding an item, it's going to see that it has a fast kill with knockoff, versus trying to get in Magmortar in. And because Sandslash comes in against Basculegion, it sees that Basculegion outspeeds and one-hit KOs Frostmoth and outspeeds and one-hit KOs Magmortar, so it's just going to go down party order, i.e. bring out a Frostmoth that can likely kill Excadrill with Blizzard. Which is, as you imagine, or as you might imagine, kind of problematic. Noivern, you have 243 HP and 149 defense. 157 and 180. Because, we could bring in Dragonite. Well, no, because then the problem is that Dragonite just shows a kill to Frostmoth. Although, Dragonite does outspeed Frostmoth. Dragonite does bait in Magmortar on Weather Ball. And because Medicham is close combating into Dragonite, that does mean its defenses drop, which lets Extreme Speed do enough damage to kill Medicham. So we've got some... Well, yeah, no, okay. So that would be getting rid of Basculegion and instead using Dragonite. Oh, no, Dragonite would just bait in Sandslash for fast kill. I'm stupid. That wouldn't change anything. Damn it. And thus you found my eternal problem. We can do a lot of cool stuff with Rapid Spin, but we can't do enough cool stuff, you know? And it's Togedemaru's baiting nothing but fighting type attacks. So I can't bring in because if I could get Lucario onto the field. Lucario can just KO Sandslash like that. It's what if we get rid of high horsepower, right? Dumbest idea you've ever heard. Language of the deranged. Sorry, I don't know why I just growled into the microphone like that for several seconds. One of my Kane players dapped up a Sin twice, losing a kit point both times, and then wormed his way out of a solo combat by offering up a bag of cocaine. Curses? Whew. Girl, that doesn't click in my brain even slightly. But cool. I hope you had a good time. Because, okay, what happens if we bring in Delmise to bulk those hits? Shows a kill to Blizzard. hits the field, baits and headbutt. The only person here who I know would understand that is Lixie. Well. Clearly, I just chance a double protect with Mudkip, right? That's the answer here. Rip the old 1 in 3. Note that that's a 1 in 3 to live, by the way. Although I could probably do some funny stuff with a sack. But I don't want a sack. So, there's also a world where, let's see what happens if we try to use Lucario instead of Excadrill. The nice thing is that Lucario baits in, if we want to level up a Lucario. Because we do need to be... Okay, we can be level 84 to outspeed Medicham. We'd have to take a decent bit of pre-damage in order for Jinx to see kill. Though the thing is, Lucario baiting out Sandslash Alola is actually totally fine, because Lucario can just kill Sandslash Alola. Like at level 85 with a black belt. Okay, so let's look at this line, because truly Alolan Sandslash is the bane of this whole thing. But... yeah, because we can guarantee that Jinx doesn't see a KO on us, but Sandslash does, which means we would have Lucario in the front slot. Lucario Vacuum Waves, Sandslash. At this point, Togedemaru's on the field, locking up Medicham. In theory, if we pre-damage ourselves enough, because also just confirming, black belt. I love you, Vacuum Wave. You're such a funny move. So, Medicham does Fake Out into Toge. Yeah, so Toge hits the field. It's Sandslash and Medicham. Toge still has access to Fake Out. Toge fakes out Medicham. Lucario kills Sandslash. If we do a little bit of pre-damage after the 2 turns of Hail Chip, we can get Jinx in for a potential Aura Sphere KO. So the problem here is that we have basically zero control over who Jinx clicks that Aura Sphere into. Because both Lucario and Togedemaru are slower than it. Thankfully, this is the turn where Togedemaru would click Spiky Shield. Like Lucario, we couldn't have you KO Medicham, could we? Here, let's get you to at least be permanently set up with Black Belt. Because we definitely don't want Magmortar to hit the field. Magmortar is faster than us and has Heat Wave, and we definitely show a kill to it by the time it hits the field. Bedtime, good night, y'all have fun doing math. Don't forget to moisturize your face at night. Night, Fio, thanks for hanging out. So, we could get the field to be... I mean, the thing is, if Magmortar's on the field and it's clicking Heat Wave or Flamethrower into Toge, We could rely on the fact that Medicham is punching into Toge, and it's doing that to swap to something that resists fire. Because Arcanine is faster than Medi, but still slower than Mag. But it doesn't show a kill to Mag. And it takes how much from Heat Wave? Good bit. Head Smash also isn't a guaranteed KO. And Rock Slide could crit. Yeah, and Houndoom takes even more damage from Stray Heat Wave. Garchomp does do a lot of damage to Medicham with EQ. Problem is that whatever comes in after Medicham and Magmortar is going to definitely see a kill on Garchomp with an ice move. And all of the ice moves here are spread ice moves. Good at that, but then we show kill to Thunderbolt. Then we definitely show kill to Thunderbolt. I mean, we could level up a little, but ideally we don't want to do that. Grimmsnarl, what are you doing with the pack of real Pokemon? I mean, the alternative is we have Lucario in slot 2. So we still bait in Jinx third, but we can have Lucario with enough HP to not show a kill to Aura Sphere. I believe. Let me confirm that. Because at that point, it should see a fast kill on Togedemaru with Aura Sphere. So I think it always goes for fast kill on Togedemaru over clicking Fake Out. Because it doesn't see that Lucario has a fast kill on it. It doesn't see that Lucario has a fast kill on it. So yeah. Although, wait, hold on. This would be Jinx in second because, yeah, Togedemaru on the field. So Lucario KOs Jinx. And then, yeah, it would just be Sandslash in next. And then Sandslash gets taken out by Vacuum Wave Lamau. Because at that point, so these two are on the field. Turn 1, KO swap to Toge. Then it's these two on the field. Turn 2, KO Jinx, Fake Out Medicham. Turn 3, it's these two on the field. Spiky Shield with Toge, Vacuum Wave Sandslash. In comes Magmortar. To be a CC plus either a Heat Wave or a Flamethrower. We could also maybe switch around Togedemaru. So that way we could maybe get Fake Out set back up. But it's basically impossible to get Toge back on the field, right? So, Walcario goes to Loge with Medicham and Jinx on the field. I suppose depending on how... Well, no. I don't think there's any world where we could level up Togedemaru up enough to not accidentally bane Jinx. Yeah, definitely not. Which is good. We want consistency here. Because, like, min damage on Moonblast is like 28%, and if it crits, you know, we gotta make sure that Togedemaru doesn't, like, show kills to Rock Slide or something on Medicham. So we definitely have to put some levels into it. Okay, so... Lucario, Togedemaru versus Medicham versus Jinx. Because, yeah, Togedemaru is faster than Frostmoth. It's like, if I could get Jinx to fake out Lucario, that'd actually be so helpful. And I can't teach Lucario any ground-type moves, can I? Probably teach it Earthquake, but we don't have that. Yep, Earthquake, Rock Tomb. Nothing that hits hard enough to kill Magmortar. Actually, his defense is kind of dog shit. Not good enough, though. No stab hurts. Although... Okay, so it's Lucario, Togedemaru. Medicham, Jinx. Jinx is gonna Aura Sphere into Toge to try to get a fast kill. So what if Lucario doesn't kill Jinx on this turn? What if Lucario hits Medicham? Just to do some chip to it. We swap to a ghost type. I feel like I'm setting myself up. I feel like we're doing definition of insanity shit right now. Where it's like, oh, it's Jinx, and then we get back to our fast steel type into Basculegion, and then we go for the double kill. Except it wouldn't be the double kill, because at that point, if we don't kill Jinx on that first turn, then it'll try to kill Lucario with Aura Sphere, which is no bueno. I assume Life Orb doesn't do enough. Like, almost does enough. So what happens if Lucario love taps Jinx with Vacuum Wave? At 85, that does 20%. Basculegion hits the field. Well, then how are we handling Medicham, though? Yeah. Old issues continue to reemerge. Okay, so it's Medicham and Jinx. We KO Jinx. Basculegion hits the field. It brings in a Lowland Sandslash for knockoff. And presumably Zen Headbutt. Well, we can make it be Zen Headbutt, right? And we don't actually need to worry about what move Sandslash clicks because we can kill it with Vacuum Wave before it gets a chance to act. So we could actually just worry about Zen Headbutt. Which means... swap to Greninja. Greninja comes in... takes 0 damage from Zen Headbutt. Shows a kill to Thunderbolt on Magmortar. At that point, Magmortar will go for... The problem is that it's Flamethrower or Heat Wave on Lucario. Like, Magmortar comes in... Okay, what if we do a different Dark type? Unless Greninja hits the field, King's Rock. Throw King's Rock at Magmortar. Lucario finishes off Medicham with Meteor Mash, potentially. I don't know if Medicham has taken enough damage at this point. So 220 divided by 16 is 13. Minus 13. The problem is that this route is too efficient, arguably. So, guarantees that Medicham go down to Meteor Mash are not that great. So it takes that. Unless... What if we did the Dragonite line? Where instead of Basculegion, we swap in Dragonite, so that way Medicham does take... Oh wait, well hold on, then we can't do Fling. Because yeah, this is the turn we kill Jinx. That's the important thing. We could, in theory, double switch. Okay, hold on. I should do the calcs to see how much damage Medicham has taken. So the turn we kill Ninetales. The turn we kill Jinx. It's only 2 turns. Oh no, we're too good at this. And then the turn we kill Sandslash. Because it would fake out Togedemaru. And then... Fuck, are we not even using Togedemaru's talents? Hold on. Yeah, fakes out Togedemaru. Jinx hits the field. Both of them attack into Toge. We could Spiky Shield. It's actually kind of interesting. Hold on. Lucario and Toge. Lucario kills Jinx. Toge fakes out Medicham. In comes Sandslash, who sees a kill on Toge. Doesn't matter. Medicham also sees a kill on Toge, so this would be the turn we swap. We kill Alolan Sandslash with Vacuum Wave. So actually, I think Togedemaru does more damage to Medicham via Spiky Shield than Fake Out, funny enough. So 181 minus 27 for Iron Barb, Spiky Shield. Yeah, I don't think Lucario comes up to 127 with Meteor Mash. It gets up there. It definitely gets up there. And at this point, it's Basculegion on the field after we KO Sandslash. baiting in Magmortar. Well, hold on now. Basculegion comes in, takes 0 damage. Metacham's on the field. Sees at this point no kill on Basculegion, does see kill on Lucario. Same with Magmortar. We need to be able to account for Heat Wave burn chance, but... Because, yeah, I believe if it comes down to Frostmoth and Magmortar, Magmortar comes in over Frostmoth since Basculegion outdamages both of them. So, if we, for instance, pre-froze Basculegion... No, because it's not guaranteed that it would be Heat Wave. So, pre-tox Basculegion... Give it a Mystic Water. It KOs Magmortar like that. Which is interesting. We could pull off similar shit with Barraskewda. Barraskewda is also really good for baiting in... Oh, but we can't bring Barraskewda in on fucking Metacham close combat. What am I thinking? Okay. But yeah, because... If they only see kills on Lucario, right? And it's presumably, yeah, it's always CC into Lucario. I don't think we ever bait Zen. We just don't take enough Hail Chip for that. So Lucario takes CC and a Fire move. Annoyingly, you know who's really good at poking those is fucking Basculegion. Dragonite? Dragonite does build Heat Wave, and CC. Because of CC, Metacham's speed, or defense does get dropped. It then shows a kill to Magmortar's Weather Ball. So the problem is that Basculegion is still slower than Magmortar. Although, wait, if... Yeah, we're getting Basculegion in on the turn that Magmortar comes in. So yeah, Basculegion KOs Magmortar with Liquidation. Metacham CCs into Dragonite. At this point, our issue is that Frostmoth really wants to click Icy Wind. Dragonite can KO Frostmoth with dual Wing Beat. Dragonite can KO Frostmoth with dual Wing Beat. Wait, I think we have it. Because at that point, it's Basculegion and Dragonite on the field. As long as Dragonite isn't burned, Basculegion Shadow sneaks into Metacham. After it gets the defense drop from CC, it's definitely within Shadow Sneak kill range. Yo, hold up. I think we might have it. I'm not 100%. Gonna message Hannah. God, chat, I truly cannot encourage you enough. If you have the patience for it, give Pokemon Emerald Run and Bun a shot. The sense of eureka you experience when you, like, figure a really hard fight out, it's like nothing you've ever felt before. It's so good. You're here? So, I think I maybe have the line. Puzzles fun. Puzzles are indeed fun. Hold on. Yeah, because always knocking out the slot facing the Togedemaru side. But yeah, no, I came to the realization that Dragonite just bodies Frostmoth vis-a-vis dual wing beat. And it barely outspeeds it. Gets around Focus Sash. So, yeah, I think the only thing I need to do is double check the math on Basculegion Pretox. Like taking Pretox into Heat Wave. Bullshit. Ooh. No, because I'm not baiting a kill that turn. Magmortar and Basculegion hit the field at the same time. If it goes for Heat Wave, it'll be dead before it has a chance to see a kill on me. Yeah, holy shit, I think I have it. And it's only a 5-mon line. So I potentially have room to bring like a sack guy if things go to hell. So Senior and Junior, Kim and Iris. Level up Luca to, I think just 84 is all we need. Who do we even need to outspeed? Metacham. Yeah, we need to just be barely faster than Metacham so it doesn't see fast kills on us. Yeah, wow, okay. I think the main, like, math thing here is figuring out what level we have to get Togedemaru to have a safe line. But the nice thing is that we are using Togedemaru for significantly fewer turns in this. Okay, not significantly fewer, but yeah, about only like 3 or 4 turns on the field. So it's like a quarter max HP plus Citrus Berry. We basically just need to account for taking a critical hit Fake Out and a critical hit Moonblast. Okay. Yeah. Or Togedemaru basically always baits Jinx in second. And the nice thing is I think it doesn't actually matter if Toge baits in Jinx second or Sandslash second. Hold on. Hits the field against Fake Out. Nope, I did fuck it up for a second. Okay, hold on. I'm now realizing I might have done something slightly wrong in assuming Lucario. No, that's right. This line works because we get Jinx in second and Sandslash in third. Because it... No, we want... Oh, yeah, okay. This might need a slight bit of retooling. I don't think it's lost. Again, we have that extra team slot, because if Sandslash comes in second, the line works just fine. Because Togedemaru fakes out Metacham while Lucario kills Sandslash. I mean, does it work if we just swap Lucario back into slot 1? Lucario shows kill to Sandslash, then Lucario shows kill to Jinx, then Magmortar and Metacham are on the field. Okay, no, I think this line works if we just put Lucario in slot 1. Because, yeah, Jinx hits the field second, sees a kill on Togedemaru with Aura Sphere. Yeah. I'm frankly amazed you can keep double lines in your head, lol. I do not trust myself enough for that. Well, I write it down afterwards. Okay. But yeah, because what I'm realizing now is, yeah, if we have Lucario in slot 1, We always bait in Sand Slash. We then kill Sand Slash while Togedemaru fakes out Medicham. Jinx hits the field. They both use fighting type moves into Toge. We don't actually want a spiky shield. We want to swap to Basculegion and have Lucario kill Jinx. And then at that point, yeah, Lucario shows a fast kill to Frostmoth, but nothing to Magmortar. So it would be Magmortar in next for fast kill with Flamethrower or Heat Wave. Yeah, okay, this works. So let me make sure this works with just a level 84 Lucario. Thankfully, I think we can get Lucario up to level 85. I think we need him for that for our current P&M line. But yeah, just making sure. Of course, that kills Ninetales. Okay, we have to be 85 in order to have the kill on Sand Slash. Insane how that one level up, just based on how the damage calculation works, skyrockets Vacuum Wave's like minimum damage by 5%. Like, from 244 to 256. How I have to do is I write it down as I'm crafting the line so I know exactly where in the line I am without having to just remember the state of the fight. Rounding is wild on the ×4 effective moves. It really is. Yeah, no, I get that. It's just my brain doesn't like writing things down and then having to like go and delete it all and rewrite it. So level up Luca to 85. Level up Toge to... So I'm not sure exactly what level we want Togedemaru at. And I mean, Walreign's already level 85. Okay. Opens 9A and Medi. Open with Luca and Waller. OHKO 9A with Can Meteor Mash fuck us? No, I don't think so. Because so Lucario actually benefits from all of these guys being faster than Lucario. So like Sand Slash sees a fast kill, Jinx sees a fast kill, Magmortar sees a fast kill. Oh, I'm a moron. No, wait. Nope, I'm not a moron. I have it set up perfectly. Wait. I'm a moron. We do need Toge in slot 1. Which means I need to see how the line works, depending on if Sand Slash comes in versus Jinx coming in. So if Jinx comes in first, Togedemaru clicks Spiky Shield, Lucario kills Jinx. Hold on. So, kills Ninetales, kills Sand Slash. So 3 turns, 6, 12, 18. I believe we never show a kill to Aura Sphere at level 85. Just making sure. 234 divided by 16 comes out to 14. 234 minus... Kills Ninetales turn, kills Sand Slash turn, kills Jinx turn, 192. Outside of Aura Sphere kill range. Okay. Yeah, no, okay. I do need Togedemaru to be the one who's doing the baiting. Because if we were to get Lucario's HP low enough to bait in Jinx third, then we run into the issue of potentially being the one Jinx Aura Spheres. And if we don't do that, Magmortar comes in, and then, yeah. So, okay. Okay, I think this works. So if Sand Slash comes in first, Lucario clicks Vacuum Wave, and Togedemaru clicks Fake Out into Medicham. If Jinx enters, and then Jinx enters, both Medicham and Jinx are doing fighting type moves into the Toge slot, we swap to Basculegion. If Jinx comes in second, we click Spiky Shield with Togedemaru, and we have Lucario KO Jinx with Meteor Mash. Then Sandslash hits the field, Lucario KOs Sandslash with Vacuum Wave, Medicham is still close combating into the slot. Okay, yeah, we have it. It's, thankfully, the, like, order of, it's just a question of, we don't even need to, like, fake out with Togedemaru, if I'm being honest. We can just Spiky Shield. It's either Medicham or, because, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, because Jinx is either clicking a move that doesn't affect the Pokemon that we're swapping into, or Sandslash dies before it gets a chance to attack the Pokemon we're swapping into. Okay, so glad I caught that. Open with Waller and Luca. OHKO Ninetales with the Mash. And because they are looking at Togedemaru for who to switch in, that means we definitely don't get fucked by Meteor Mash boosting our attack. Yeah, so I just need to make sure that in all worlds, Jinx sees the KO on Toge with Aura Sphere. Which means we have to figure out the proper world where, like, we give Togedemaru a Citrus Berry. I suppose ideally the goal is to get Togedemaru at the highest possible level, where it's like 83, 80, 78, 77. Okay, a level 77 Togedemaru. It's currently 74. 77 is able to eat a Citrus Berry and still show a kill to Aura Sphere. So it accounts for high roll Moonblast crit. Yeah, 46% plus fake out 22%. Yeah, that's like 66%. Subtract 25 from that. Yeah. Yeah, I think a level 77 Togedemaru does this. Because we're always taking at least 26% from Moonblast and at least 12% from Fake Out. The 26% from Moonblast is all we need to bring us down into the range. So I don't even think we ever bait in Alolan Sandslash. I think it's just always Jinx at level 77. Okay. I still need to do the math on it, obviously, but I do think that is the ideal level. Okay. So OHKO, Ninetales Alola with Meteor Mash, swap Waller to Toge. Swap to Jinx and Medi. So in the Jinx line here, we want to use Spiky Shield. Okay. OHKO Jinx with Mash. Use Shield. Swap to Sand A and Medi. OHKO, Sand. Oh shit, I've got my guys doing things in the wrong slots. Space. Capitalize that. Okay. Copy, delete, comma, space, Control V, backspace. Capital U. The Spiky Shield, OHKO Jinx with Meteor Mash. Swap Toge to Bask. OHKO Sand A with V Wave. Swap to Magum and Medi, my new sitcom. Yeah, and we can afford to just give Dragonite a Rostberry in case it gets burned, and then I think it totally lives. Critical hit, Flamethrower, 38%, 54%. Might be more worthwhile to... Oh, we could actually probably pre-freeze Dragonite, right? Because it's either Flamethrower or Heat Wave, and then just give it a Citrus Berry. Because I don't think Heat Wave can miss. Not in this, at least. Yep, 100% accuracy. Swap to Magum and Medi. Wait. OHKO. Magum with Liquidation. Swap Luca to Drag. Swap to Frost and Medi. OHKO. Not OHKO. KO Medi with Sneak. OHKO Frost with D Wingbeat. Yeah, no, I think that's it. I need to run some additional numbers. I don't plan on doing this fight tonight. I don't think, because I have to do a lot of like bonus math to make sure that like everyone after taking like the little hits they do take and like hail chip and everything don't accidentally fall into certain ranges. I need to like triple check my Togedemaru, my Togedemar math. Togedemar Thankfully, a level 77 Togedemaru has an easy enough time staying above 44.9%, which is very important here. Yeah. Okay, pre-Tox Basque, pre-Freeze Drag. Equip Luca with Black Belts. Equip Toge with Citrus Berry. Yeah, I'm trying to think like Togedemaru never takes any moves that might status it. Equip Basque with Mystic Water. Equip Drag with also a Citrus Berry, so I'll just put Toge and Drag with Citrus Berries. And it doesn't matter what we equip Walrein with because we're not using Walrein for anything beyond baiting. I cannot believe the tech Lucario provides to this fight. It's fucking insane. Okay, so a level 77 Togedemaru has 207 HP. 207 divided by 16. So 207 minus critical hit fake out. 47%. Ooh, you know, I'm now thinking I can maybe give Togedemaru a little higher, a little, I don't know. We lose 47 HP. Critical hit Moonblast. We lose 96. And then we lose 12 from Hail. 207 divided by 4 is 51. So we then regain 51 HP, so we're at 103. Which puts us into range of only Aura Sphere. And only close combat. So there is a vanishingly small chance. So there is a vanishingly small chance that we bait Zen Headbutt, I think. Because 93, and we just established 204 divided by 16 is 12. Down to 91. We would have to suffer so many high rolls, right? It would need to be a fake out high roll. It would need to be a Moonblast high roll. They would both need to be crits. Because we can't afford to bring Togedemaru's level up too high, because we don't want to take it out of showing Jinx a kill with Aura Sphere range. Because we're guaranteed safe turn 2. It's turn 3 when we swap to Basket Legion, where it's like, okay, if Togedemaru took too much damage, we could, in theory, just, like, swap to Walrein? No, we could. Well, hold on, yeah. Because Sand Slash is hitting the field, and we're KOing Sand Slash. Okay, yeah. We have a steer. If things go really, really bad, I say really, really bad. If we risk Zen Headbutt on Togedemaru, we could swap it to Walrein for a sack. Walrein's HP is going to be so low at that point, it'll definitely die to any roll of Zen Headbutt. I think that's fine. Because then Walrein dies and we bring in Basket Legion either way. And then Basket Legion is the thing that baits in Magmortar. Just confirming, Hannah. Even though Basket Legion shows a slow one-hit KO to Magmortar, because it shows fast out damage to Frostmoth, Magmortar is the thing that comes in, correct? This is the thing that always trips me up in these lines, so, yeah. Runandbun Master Sheet. AI Pokemon is faster than the players and deals more damage than it takes. The AI Pokemon is slower than the player and deals more damage than it takes. Definitely not true. The AI Pokemon is faster than the players. Yeah. Yeah, us showing a kill to Magmortar does not stop it from coming in. And then Basket Legion hits the field. KOing Magmortar this turn, KOing Medicham next turn. Yeah, Pre-Tox is definitely the best status for it. Because, yeah, what? 3, 2, 1. Hold on. Mystic Water. Hell, we could probably give it the Life Orb if we need to. I don't think we'll need to, because its defense is going to be... Or Medicham's defense is going to be at -1. We benefit from Medicham using a contact move into Togedemaru twice to get a lot of free damage in. And then it's like 1 turn, 2 turn, 3, 4. Okay, so it's... Yeah. We might need to use the Life Orb, which I think is totally fine. Because let me confirm. And I suppose I should make sure that a level 85 Lucario, definitely showing kills to close combat, and I don't think ever Zen Headbutt. 1 turn, 2 turn, 3 turn, swap. Yeah, so definitely high above that Zen Headbutt range. Basket Legion. Let's assume critical hit Heat Wave plus Toxic plus Life Orb. So 321 divided by 16 is 20. So 3, 2, 1. We hit the field. We lose 20 to toxic. We lose 20 to hail. We are above a range where we show a kill to thunderbolt. We then take a critical hit heat wave for 94. Drops us to 187. We then lose another 20 to hail, and then 3, 2, 1 divided by 8 is 40. We lose 40 to toxic, and we lose 32 from life orb. Brings us down to 95. But at this point, we only lose another 32 because we KO Metacham, and then the turn ends before we take damage ticks. But do we even need it? No. You want the rock? Okay, 1 second, chat. Sorry, chat. I'm having a very serious talk with my wife about her pica and her desire to eat rocks. Chat, for context, we had a little bakery bake sale thing in the office as a little fundraiser for Valentine's Day, and I bought mine. So I bought mine on Valentine's Day, or like the day before it, and I planned on bringing it to my next date night with my partner that isn't my wife, because I bought my wife her own. And date night got canceled this week, so it's been well over a week. Okay, not well over a week, but you know, it's been quite a few days since I bought that thing. I think I got it last Thursday. So yeah, it has been a week. And the primary thing in it is a stone, and she wants to eat the stone. She's like a little cupcake. So yeah, we do that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so Metacham takes 4 turns of hail chip. So 220 divided by 16 is 13. 220 minus 13. 1, 2, 3, 4. 220 divided by 8 is 27. So minus 27. Minus 27 is 114. Defense at -1. Shadow sneak kills. Oh yeah, shadow sneak kills by a country mile. Okay, so we don't even need to life orb mask, which is good. Yeah, none of Frostmoth's moves are fast. God, fucking Dual Wing Beat, man. Dual Wing Beat coming in clutch. Yeah, okay, so pre-tox Bask. Dragonite's coming in on a fire move targeting Lucario, because I assume, yeah, Lucario's on the field for 3 turns. 85. So 2, 3, 4 divided by 16 is 14. Good job, idiot. Our cat just jumped onto the fucking windowsill, but the blinds are pulled down most of the way, so he just bonked his head against the bottom blinds and fell back down. Alright, oh shit, I closed my calculator. No. 2, 3, 4 divided by 16 is 14. 2, 3, 4 minus 14, once, twice, thrice, 192. Well outside of thunderbolting range. Well outside of Zen headbutting range. Definitely outside of rock slide range. Okay. It's pretty silly, but I think this line works. I'm quite ecstatic about that. That being said, it is almost 9 o'clock, which is our usual time where we call these things. So I do think I'm probably going to save this for next stream, but that means you better tune into next stream where we potentially beat Kim and Iris, the Guardians of Shoal Cave, and hopefully catch a Sneasler. It's a 1 in 5 chance to land a Sneasler, one of the best fucking guys you can get. No FMK. Oh my god, you're right. You did redeem an FMK a while ago, didn't you, Curses? Curses, no, I will not deprive you. So let me pull up. Hold on. Sweetie, you deserve this. You all deserve this. Hold on. Friends, welcome to America's favorite game. Random Pokemon Generator. Fuck, marry, kill. I'm saying this a little less loud because it's 9 o'clock and people are asleep. You all know how the game works at this point. We are going to generate 3 random Pokemon from across the series' history, and we are going to choose 1 to wed, 1 to bed, and 1 to behead. We are to assume that all Pokemon generated this way are capable of passing the Harkness test, which is that they are of human or greater intelligence, sexual maturity for their species, and capable of communication. The only exception to this rule are Pokemon that fall within the category of baby Pokemon. Those will be kicked directly into the wall. Should we happen to generate multiple baby Pokemon in the same batch, we will be re-rolling because, say it with me, chat, I'm not fucking a baby. So, with all that being said, let's see who this evening's 3 unlucky contestants happen to be. A lonely Nincada, a hasty Dewad, and a rash Bramblin. So I'm sorry, first things first, I'm not getting a Bramblin rash from no rash Bramblin. It's already dead. I don't think it minds getting killed again. Like, I don't even need to consider it. Now, Hasty Dewat seems like the kind of guy who radiates a little too much shonen protagonist-y gumption, and I don't think I could marry one of those. I'll be honest. I would say that tonight is a night full of losers. But Lonely Nincada. Lonely Nincada is a shoo-in for wed, though. Yeah, no, I was going to say, Nincada's a little sweetie. He's a little sleepy. The nice thing is that, so I know we normally don't include evolutions in these, but Nincada is perfect for lovers who are considering dipping their toes into polyamory. Because should the day come where your Nincada evolves and the situation is correct, it becomes not just 1, but 2 loving partners. One of which a loyal ninja, incredibly fast, incredibly capable, admittedly more frail than a Fabergé egg, but what are you gonna do? And a soulless husk that consumes all life that has the misfortune of gazing at its backside. So, you're not the big spoon with Shedinja. You always get to be the little spoon. But not only that, you get to be the little spoon and then the big spoon for Nincada. Or not Nincada, Ninjask. I know we normally don't do evolutions for these, but like I feel like with Nincada here, it's too much fun to not. And the thing is, if you try out polyamory and you decide that it's not quite for you, that having to manage the emotional needs of 2 individuals, not counting yourself, is a little too much for you, one of them is already a husk, only technically alive in that it can move. And all it takes to put it back in the grave is a single point of fire damage. It's a very easy relationship to end. And then you just bring it back down to onesies. It's a straightforward breakup. Hasty Dewat, like I said, shonen protagonist-y energy. Too much for marriage, but I think he could treat me right. I think, like, he's the kind of guy who I'm not going to say he's a golden retriever top. I think I'll admit, I think he's like the kind of guy who thinks that he's a dominant because he has like XY chromosomes and a beard. Or like, no, he's got like the dirt stash. And like it's cute watching him try. So, it's like, it's not the best time you've ever had, but you get a giggle out of it that you keep on the inside because you would break him if you vocalized it externally. So with that being said, we are going to fuck Dewat, marry Nincada, kill Bramblin. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Let me see. Kind of a slow night. I don't know if we have enough people to justify doing a raid. mean, Breakbeat Bun's live, and I do kind of want to throw people at Val's stream, if only. And then you put him on his back and watch the composure drain from his face. Yeah, there you go. Fuck it, we raid Breakbeat Bun. Beat Bun. Did I spell it right? I did. Sending y'all off to Val, who is currently streaming, the fuck they streaming, Animal Crossing New Horizons. So if you want something nice and cozy schmozy, I know you just watched me do math very cozily for 3 straight hours, but gonna send y'all over there to hang out with them. Friend of the turtle. Or at the very least, like, internet semi-associate. Thank you all so much for hanging out. Next stream, hopefully we get to do a really fucking scary fight, and it'll be cool and epic. But until then, folks, I'd like to thank you so much for joining me. I have been April, she has been May, you have all been incredible, and I will catch you all in the next one. Sending out raid, have a good night, folks. And